Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James, where I awaken the astrologer within you. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society and a people who were better able to attune ourselves to the languages of the stars. And it's only with that language that we are able to interpret our birth charts so that we can see the gifts and the talents and the lessons we are meant to learn here on the planet. That way we get to our dreams further and faster, you know? So if that sounds good to you, let's get into it, okay? Today we're gonna get into Venus in the 4th house. Venus in the 4th house gives me very much like, you know, Cancerian vibes, or you just have a very beautiful private life in general. But before we get into that, before we dive deep and unpack all that, let's go ahead and just separate the aspects, all right? That way, when we see these aspects separately in different parts of the world or in different walks of life, we're better able to go, wow, that's Venus. Okay, got it. Wow, that's the 4th house playing out. Got it. Like when we see this pop up in different people and different aspects of our lives and in different people's charts, we're better able to recognize it and use it the way we want to use it, you know? So, okay, so with Venus in the birth chart is always going to be the gift and the blessing that the universe is giving you in this life. It's gonna be that thing that without you trying, it is always well received, or you just get grace in that area of life. Whenever I see Venus in a certain house, I go, okay, when that person does this thing, people go, it's like that, or it's just easy for that person. It's an ease or grace in that area of the life of this person. It also shows me the love nature and the love style in which you will pursue or like to be pursued, and it also shows me the dynamic and the style of your partner and who they will be and where you will find them. You know, it'll be that general theme of like who they are, where you'll find them, and like how you attract them and the love style you like to give and receive. So yeah, now with the 4th house is going to indicate your mother, literally your mother, and the style in which you grew up under her guise, you know, how she treated you and the dynamic between you and your mother. And it shows me kind of like the atmosphere of your childhood. It shows me your mom, the relationship with her, and it also shows me later on in life, once you move out of your childhood home, it shows me the dynamic in which, you know, who you will be at home away from your job. Like when you clock out of your job and you call up your friends, or you go home and you watch Netflix, what is that atmosphere when you are not out in the public, when you are going to the grocery store, or when you're in your car doing your own thing in your private life? That's what the 4th house indicates. It indicates your home, your private life, and who you are away from the public sphere, and that dynamic of like who you are when no one can see you, basically. Your private life, it's your IC. So let's go ahead and smash those. Oh, also, the 4th house is also ruled by the moon, and it's ruled by Cancer. Default out of the package, birth chart will always be ruled by Cancer and the moon. Now, no matter what your sign or other people's signs that fall into the 4th house will be, because we all will have different signs that color our 4th house, but underneath that sign will always be ruled by the moon, and it will be ruled by Cancer initially. All right, so always remember that, because the moon and Cancer indicates privacy, and it also indicates your mother. The moon indicates mother, private life, those dynamics. Cancer rules who you are and your private life. But okay, so let's smash those things together. With Venus in the 4th house, this is going to mean that for you, you have a very blessed private life. For you, in your private life, away from work, people probably go, what do you do in your private life? Or when you do open up your camera to show people what you do at home and like where you live, your private life is very beautiful. You have a very beautiful private life. Like you probably have a very stable, solid foundation in childhood that you grew up in, because Venus will be conjunct the IC, or Venus is in the 4th house. And so this means that the relationship with your mother is probably very harmonious. The relationship with your childhood home and where you grew up, you know, you can go back there and like things are good. And even in your adult home that you live in now, if you live outside of your parents' home, your home that you live in is probably beautiful. Your apartment that you live in is beautiful. Like, your private life is beautiful. You have a very great, you've been blessed in the area of your private life. Like, your private life is very solid and just graceful. And I know sometimes you probably go, wow, you know, I wish people could just know that I just have such a good life. Like, outside of my job, your job and your career is probably hectic as hell, but your private life makes up for it because you have a very beautiful private life. Like, probably beautiful things around you or luxuries around you. You probably have a lot of friends and like just things that make you feel comfortable in your private life. Now, this could also mean, this gives me, you could have Libra in the 4th house. You could have Taurus in the 4th house. Any sign that rules Venus could also make up for Venus being in the 4th house, because that can be interpreted as that. That's why I say, you know, it's good to separate the aspects. That way, when they come up in different signs and placements and configurations, we're better able to go, oh, that's like Venus in the 4th house. So Taurus in the 4th house would be Venus in the 4th house, or Libra in the 4th house would be a lot like Venus in the 4th house. So, but if you have the planet Venus in the 4th house, these all make up the same interpretation in a way, you know? But this is just a more general. I'm trying to point out similarities to you so that when you do see these out in the world, you understand. But whatever sign you have in the 4th house, Venus in the 4th house is gonna give this dynamic of, you just have a very beautiful relationship with your mother. It is a harmonious relationship with your mother. When you grew up, the home that you grew up in was a very beautiful, stable environment. Like, maybe you had luxurious items or luxurious clothing growing up. Like, you always were just, it was just ease and grace and comfort. The universe has blessed you with a good childhood and a great mother who loved you and tended to your needs, and there was rarely any squabbles between you two. And if there were squabbles between you two, it never made a rift within your relationship. You know, it probably only brought you closer together, the rifts you guys have. So yeah, and in your adult life, you probably have very beautiful things and a very beautiful private life, you know? Like, there's, with this placement, I can't really say anything bad, because it's just like, it is what it is. There's not really much to say other than you have been really blessed with a beautiful home, a beautiful foundation, a beautiful childhood, to go back to a beautiful mom. You can call up and say, hi mom, I need this, I need that, or hey, can you help me with this, can you help me with that? And they are there for you, you know? So yeah, that is Venus in the 4th house. If anyone needs a birth chart reading, I do those as well. Would love to relay the messages to the stars for you. Remember, we are not just one aspect of our chart, okay? We are a sum total. We are a conglomeration, as I like to say, of our chart. And it will behoove you to go out into the world and go, oh my God, I'm a Venus in the 4th house. All right, let's just use my Venus in the 4th house to get what I need. No, you are a sum total, you know? And so I would help you with that mock-up if you need it. Email me below. If not, I will see y'all on the next video. All right, I will see y'all later. Have a good one. Love you. Bye.